Oh, there. Hello there. This is your friendly non-Greek scholar with your daily devotional. Today, we're going to continue with our Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 2. This is Psalm 2. This is not Psalms 2. It's a single psalm. I'm going to read the New American Standard today. So, Psalm 2 goes, "Why are the nations in uproar, and the peoples devising a vain thing? The kings of the earth take their stands, and the rulers take counsel against the Lord and against his anointed. Let us tear their fetters apart. Let us cast away their cords from us. He who sits in the heavens laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Then he will speak to them in his anger and terrify them in his fury. But as for me, I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain. I will surely tell of the decree of the Lord. He said to me, Thou art my son, today I have begotten thee. Ask of me, and I will surely give the nations as thine inheritance, and the very ends of the earth as thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt shatter them like an earthenware. Now therefore, O kings, show discernment, take warning, O judges of the earth. Worship the Lord with reverence, and rejoice with trembling. Do homage to the Son, lest he become angry, and you perish in the way, for his wrath may soon be kindled. How blessed are all who take refuge in him." This is the New American Standard. I thought it was the New American Standard Bible. What's new about it is there I see a lot of thy, thine. Apologies for that. I will opt for the NIV or the NRS next time. So I'm just going to put the NRS right here. So again, not a scholar, just daily devotional, what I learned from this psalm. We're at Psalm 5 with my wife, and now I guess you guys are at Psalm 2. So the nations are angry and plotting. This remark in vain is added by the psalmist. One thing that is unique about this psalm is that it has no historical reference. The absence of a historical reference kind of makes this psalm harder to interpret. In order to interpret a specific psalm, we use a descriptive that is stated in the beginning of the psalm. For example, Psalm 3, before verse 1, we see a psalm of David when he fled from his son Absalom. And Psalm 4, we see to the leader with stringed instruments, a psalm of David. Psalm 6, to the leader with stringed instrument, according to the Sheminith, a psalm of David. So that is what we are learning here. But this psalm, particularly right here, it has no historical reference. Why is this so? Could be a lot of reasons, but doesn't help in making our understanding of this psalm easy. But we go further to understand the verses. So Psalm 2 verse 1, the nations are conspiring and the people are plotting in vain. The nations are conspiring and the people are plotting in vain. Who are the nations? Again, parallelism, and in Hebrew poetry, parallelism is a very essential interpretive tool. So parallelism, the nations are conspiring. The nations are the kings of the earth are setting themselves, and the rulers are taking counsel, plotting in vain, taking counsel, conspiring, setting themselves, kind of seems parallel. But right here, we see kind of building up right here against the Lord and his anointed. I could argue that plotting in vain is, well, I could plot against a ruler of a country. It might not be in vain if I was powerful, but a plot is always in vain if it is pitted against Yahweh. So what is their plot? That's verse 3. Verse 3 says, Diarexomen tus desmus afton, ke aporipsomen aphemon ton zigon afton. Let us burst their cords, right here. Let us remove their cords and cast their cords from us. Cast their cords from us. Right here is zigon. The Greek word instead of cords is zigon. Clearly the context kind of gives the notion, let us cast their cords from us, which means Yahweh, the nations, the peoples, the kings, the rulers, synonymous. Yahweh is kind of holding fast to them, right? They want to bursting their cords asunder kind of seems within Yahweh. Let us burst their cords, meaning Yahweh and his anointed. Maybe let us destroy the bond between Yahweh and his anointed, but cast their cords from us. That's what I wanted to know. It's the heart of a wicked man, right? A wicked man says there is no God. A wicked man doesn't care if there is any God. A wicked man wishes that there is no God. No, I loathe the day when the wicked man stands before the judgment throne of Christ, where he notices he does exist and he does judge everyone. So what is God's response is 4-6, right? He who sits in the heavens, what does he do? He laughs at them. He laughs. He laughs is right here. No. He laughs. He laughs. But he also sneers or derision. Derision is an angry type of laugh. You can get that idea that derision is an angry type of laugh from Luke chapter 16, when Jesus Jesus makes this parable about Lazarus and a rich man. Obviously, the rich man was denigrated because he didn't care about Lazarus. The Pharisees who were hearing him, they said right here in verse 14, the Pharisees who were lovers of money heard all this and they ridiculed him. In the New King James, this verse is derided him. They held him in derision, meaning, do you think you know? You think you know? Do you think that's the kind of like, in a movie when someone gets punched and then you're done, kind of, you said it, now you're cooked, kind of laugh. It's a laugh, but there's something coming. That's something else is also coming. We could also see, since I have the New King James, why am I telling you to trust me? Trust me, I don't have the New King James though. I do have the New King James. Why wouldn't I have the New King James? It's right here. Now the Pharisees who were lovers of money, who heard all these things, they derided him. Yeah. Maybe we could use the NKJV to go back to Psalm chapter 2. We might see something else. Psalm chapter 2, and then the Lord shall hold them in derision. See, the same translation, not the same Greek word. I wouldn't argue that. Again, I'm not a Greek scholar. I just know how to read the Greek. Not a Greek scholar. He holds them in derision. He laughs. Is God terrified that every single person on planet Earth hate him? No. He laughs. No, absolutely not. Nothing will change his blessedness. He is joyful. He is happy. The Lord is happy. In fact, he mocks them. He holds them in derision. You want to break your cords from us. Then he will speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. And what does he say? What does God say? I'm going to switch back to the NRS. Maybe check the NIV so that we have something a simpler reading. And then he rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, "What I have installed my king on Zion." What is Zion? This is Hebrew poetry. This is the first verse. I have installed my king on Zion, and then it goes forward to describe what Zion is. Zion is my holy mountain. In the dispensation of the world, Zion is an inheritance to God. This earth is well ruled by the devil and his angels, but Zion is God's habitation. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. Now, the first was the psalmist, and now, right here, go back to the psalmist. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me. Now, who said this? Yahweh said to the psalmist, "You are my son today, and I have become your father. Ask of me, and I will make the nations your inheritance." The same nations that conspire against his anointed, God will make the nations his inheritance, the ends of the earth his possession. In Deuteronomy chapter 32, when the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, it's right here. "Remember the days of old, consider the generations long past. Ask your father, and he will tell you, your elders, and they will explain to you." This is Moses. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he divided all mankind, he set up boundaries of the people according to the sons of Israel. This right here, the sons of Israel, it's actually the sons of in other ancient authorities. I can't make an authoritative claim, but other ancient authorities, it claims that it is the sons of God. When the Most High apportioned the nations, when he divided humankind, he fixed the boundaries of the people according to the number of the sons of God, or the demons, or the gods. We get this idea that there is an apportioning in the earth. But what does God promise his anointed? He promises him the ends of the earth, even the periphery, of the earth, Perata, is apportioned to a heritage to the Messiah. "You shall break them with a rod of iron and dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Now therefore, O kings." Now this is kind of a warning to the kings. What is the promise to the Messiah? That he is begotten of God, Yahweh, and he will make the nations his heritage. Yahweh will make the Messiah's heritage include the nations and the ends of the earth, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, dash them to pieces. We shall dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel. So, O kings of the earth, be warned, rulers of the earth. O kings, be wise, rulers of the earth, be warned. Again, parallelism. It's the same thing twice. O kings of the earth, be wise, be warned, of rulers of the earth. The same thing. Be wise, be warned. Parallel. Serve the Lord with fear and worship him with trembling, is what the NAS says. Right? The NAS says, worship him and rejoice with trembling. So, serving the Lord with fear and kiss his feet. That's the final remark. Kiss his feet. See, Pedias, kiss his feet. Now, you see, this is where you see some translations kind of kiss who? Do homage to the Son? Okay. The NRS says kiss his feet. The his is who? The Lord. The immediate antecedent for this is his. And I would agree that it is the Lord. He will angry, and you will perish in, well, the way. You will perish in his wrath. Because he is not gonna wait for you guys to kiss, he's not gonna go and debate you guys. Come on. Pay homage. Bend the knee. No, you'll perish. So that's a warning. Be wise. The nations that conspire, the peoples that plot in vain, the earth that sets itself against Yahweh, be warned. Be wise. You must serve the Lord with fear, with trembling. You must kiss his feet. Kiss the feet of his Son, kiss his feet. I have no clue. Not the point. What's the point of this song? The point is that the God of heaven has a human representative on planet Earth, which kind of is annoying to the devil because the other nations are ruled by demons. Egypt has its pharaoh, Marduk Baldan has Nebuchadnezzar type leaders, like or when the appointed time comes, the Farsi will have Ahura Mazda, and the Syrians, they will have theirs, and every single world has its own demon that it's worshipping. I live in Ethiopia, and even to this day, Al-Muqa, which is the primary god of the deities, is worshipped today. And what's the message for the people of Ethiopia, or everybody in any country, is to worship the Lord with fear and trembling. Kiss his feet, or he will be angry and you perish in the way, for his wrath is quickly kindled. This psalm is for a king, clearly, right? The king is saying, I am so boastful because I am the Son of God. But here is Macarius again. In Psalm 1, we saw the happy man, the blessed man. Again, we see Macarius here. Macarius features here as well. Makari pantesi pepiototes. Apologies to anyone who knows how to read Greek. Pepiototes en epafto. Makari pantes he pepipotes. Pepi. This is E. I'd rather read it as E. Pepipotes epafto. So, blessed Macarius, you see, this is what I said. Blessed are those who take refuge in him. So, do you take refuge in Christ, our Lord Jesus Christ, and God? If you do, you are blessed. If you do not, be wise, be warned. Turn from your way, or you will perish. You will perish. This is no joke. See you tomorrow, as always.